what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool though.
So apparently, I had us both muted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
Oh
it's fine.
no,
Whatever. We'll just.
we're good.
It was a whole minute that was muted. That's not so
Oh
bad. It's
Jesus.
I've had worse.
Yeah, it happens. You
I've
hate to
had it
see it, but
muted
it
for like
happens.
fucking 10 minutes, and then someone finally messaged me on Discord. So like when I first started, I didn't even look at Twitch chat or anything.
Yeah.
Now it's like, all right,
Oh shit.
I manned up and I have the Twitch chat, so I can at least see stuff.
Right.
But yeah, dude, so many people just have no idea this is a thing. So hopefully,
Yeah, it was surreal. I'm not gonna lie, it was surreal that this is even a thing because I really like enjoy like hearing other people's point of views on it because it's been so fucking long ago, dude. The memories. But yeah.
yeah, I'm hoping to rope some, old school players back in that just haven't been around. Like I got Bass on; he hasn't been around for God knows how
Yeah,
long.
dude. Crazy.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
some pretty old G's.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I really feel like an old man. Like when I looked
Oh
at the
my god.
timeline, I don't know why I was thinking I was like a teenager when I started playing this game, but when I looked at the timeline, I was like literally 12. Like I think I met you when I was 12. It's just insane. But
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully I remember everything. It's been a long ass time. I actually haven't played this game like in at least 3 years, so but yeah,
Jesus.
hopefully I do a good job.
I'm sure you'll be just fine. So, yeah, I don't know. Usually I start with announcing guests, but or like the next one, I actually don't have anything lined up. I kind of do. I don't know if you know who Bombs is, but I'm hoping to get
I
Bombs on
actually yeah,
next
he's
weekend.
like I think I've seen him around Bombs Flow, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude's
I've seen some. I lurk a lot, dude. So I kind of see
okay.
like the newer players, but yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know him personally.
he's fucking crazy
Yeah,
good at
yeah.
this game. It's insane.
This game's really progressed since our time. Well, my time. I know you came back, but
Well, yeah, it's beyond my comprehension at this point too. Though there's so many people that just
right.
they do shit that you just the amount of time, effort, energy, and then skill, of course, is just it's next level of shit. So,
It really is, yeah. And I'm so happy that this game's still going on, though.
oh
Honestly, like
yeah,
it really. I still feel a part of it, even though I'm not around. Like, it's really fucking cool, man.
yeah, it is cool. Well, let's do the general questions, and then I think I sent you them, so hopefully you had time to do some
Yeah. I
stuff.
read over them. I honestly like ended up not writing anything down because it actually was a lot easier to remember things. So, yeah, we should be good. We should be good.
Cool. All right, well, let's do first THPS game and when you started playing, and then
I I I actually what's that? I'm sorry.
and then we'll go on to like the online stuff.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually had trouble with this one because I was like looking at my catalog and shit, like of all my games, and really like I think it was Pro Skater 2 on the Game Boy Advance, so that doesn't really count in my opinion. But the first like true Tony Hawk game I had was Pro Skater 3 on the PS2.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
I thought maybe you had started earlier.
Yeah, no, I honestly like I was pretty late to this game, and I wasn't even involved with the community until the ass end of Thug One. So yeah, like I always played them and I always loved this game, but I had no idea like the community that was surrounding it because it was just so like I don't know. I feel like people made this game something that wasn't really intended. You know what I mean? But
Yes.
yeah, it's pretty insane. But yeah, so I was kind of late to the game, I'd say. But in the whole spectrum of things, I feel like I'm still like an old school player, if that makes sense. But
I think we've been around long enough to be considered old school.
yeah,
But it's
yeah.
crazy, like the real old school people. Like I had, God, who the fuck did I have? I had Benson on,
Oh shit, yeah, that
who
was
the
way
start
before
of
my time.
TXO. Yeah,
Yeah, TXO, man.
yeah, he's
Holy
the one who
shit.
started it, and it's just like talking to him. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty surreal that like I'm pretty excited that you're able to find all these people, you know? It's been so long.
I've had the ultimate hookups. Like you, for instance. I think the only reason that you're on here is because Buck like called us into a thing or something. And I don't know how
Oh,
you
really?
guys got together. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Buck was like honestly, dude, Buck was like my best friend on this game and really like in terms of keeping up with people, it was the only people I still talk to is Buck and you. And I remember I met Buck when he was like pretty new to the game, you know? And it's just surreal to me that really the only reason I'm still around is because he kept playing, you know? Because I actually came across him on YouTube, and I was like, holy fuck, dude, this dude is still playing. Holy shit! And
Yeah.
he was absolutely insane compared to like what he was way before. But amazing player for sure.
Yeah. Cool. So your first online was not till Thug
It
Online
was
then?
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember because my friend had Pro Skater 4, and I think I played online at his house, and I just remember like everybody had like really small skaters. Like I don't know why that's like my only memory of that day. But in terms of like playing like for real online, it was Thug 1.
Got it. Did you play with broadband or dial up
Um,
when you
I
first started?
played with broadband at the time, but I definitely experienced the headache of dial up. It was fucking terrible. I played it
Yeah.
on other games, but luckily I never had to deal with it on this game. But I have heard it was awful, like
Yeah. It
on this
was
game.
it was better than nothing, but not by much.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah.
literally, I begged my parents to get broadband, and when the cable guy came to set it up, like he probably thought I was a little psycho because I was like 11, and I'm just like watching him every step of the way, like making sure he doesn't fuck it up, even though I had no idea what he was doing. It was just a
Yeah.
big deal.
I remember when the cable guy came out, or it was DSL because we just had
Right.
landlines
That's
and
what I had.
DSL.
Yeah, DSL. Yep.
And there was like some two younger guys. And he's like, "You're just gonna watch porn with this." And I was like,
Yeah. Right.
"Fucking!" I was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
13 or some shit, or 14. I can't remember. Maybe even later than that. But I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"Who the fuck are these guys?" Like, come on.
Right. Yeah, dude.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely like I played SSX3 on dial-up, and there was like literally like a second delay on all inputs, and
Mm.
I didn't know that was just exclusive to dial-up. So when I would play with people, they would like leave the game like right at the start, and I was like, dude, I'm so fucking good. Everybody wants to just quit, like they can't handle it. But really, they were like, dude, you're a piece of shit. Get better internet. Like I don't want to fucking play with you.
Right.
And I learned that way later, but yeah, yeah. Luckily, never had to deal with it on this game.
Nice. Cool. So what's your favorite THPS game and why?
It's Thug 1 for sure, because like the freedom of movement on Thug 1 is like it was my favorite for sure. But I felt like the only thing it really lacked was like speed, like the speed of Pro Skater 4, which
Right.
I actually didn't get into that game until way later, like after I was like kind of like established myself, as an improver, and like kind of learned, what style was and shit. But yeah, I think Thug 1 just because I remember like on Thug 2, old Thug 2, you couldn't like drift or anything, you know what I mean? So there was
Yeah.
just a lot of like there was way more possibilities with Thug 1, but I really do like the games, like all the games a lot. But yeah, I'd go with Thug 1.
Yeah, and you've spent obviously the most time playing that too. Because like I watched some of your videos, and most of
Yeah,
them were
yeah.
Thug. I think you had a couple
Right.
Tony Hawk 4, but it seemed like 90% were Thug videos.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, funny story. Like, I was trying to like, whenever you asked me to do this, I went back on YouTube and I like looked up my name and tried to find like old videos. And I didn't really have a lot of videos, but it's fucking hilarious to me because there's a Barcelona no manual that I did when I was literally like 11 or 12 years old. And it was before I was even like, it must have been like a week after Thug 2 came out. And I remember when I first started watching videos, I didn't understand like the actual like what made no manuals good, like transfers and shit. So I was like, dude, if I just got to stay off the ground, like I'm gonna be a god at this game. And dude, it's the shittiest no manual on the internet, like 100%. And if anybody watches it, I just want to let them know that I was really thinking at the time that I was a god, and to me that's unforgettable. But yeah.
Is that your first no manual then? Period.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much, and it was biggest piece of shit I've ever put out. I can't believe it stood the test of time and made it on the internet. But yeah,
Well, that's not saying too much.
yeah, you hate to see
Everything
it.
is uploaded, dude. The guy Seawalk uploads everything. He's got
Yeah, yeah,
everything. It's crazy,
yeah. I don't even know where they're like. Do you know where they're finding these videos? Because I'm
dude.
really curious.
He's got like all sorts of shit backed up onto hard drives. He's got his website, the THPS videos one. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think those alone. And then
Oh,
yeah,
so he runs that page. Okay, I got
I
you.
think that's his. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's his.
Yeah, yeah. Because I lurk around, and
Yeah.
it's been a very long time since I've actually played this game. So it actually like I warmed up for about an hour before this to try to get the gist of it. But I'm
Yeah, and
sure I
look,
look
you're
like
already blasting off. Nah, so it's
yeah.
crazy
Honestly,
for
dude,
how
I,
long.
I feel like people are looking at me like I'm a fucking dude that's stuck in 2005.
Well,
You know,
that's what
like
they say when they see me. I'm like, I ain't doing your guys' shit.
yeah,
No.
which is crazy, dude. Because like when you sent me that video, what was it the smooth moves videos? You told me to check those out.
Yeah.
Um, I was actually shocked to see you playing something other than
I
THPS4.
know.
It's
Yeah.
crazy, dude. Like
Yeah.
it was great, dude. I fucking love that video. Like I was getting feelings that I haven't felt in 15 years. Like so good, man.
Good. Did you watch the fun video too then? Because that just came out.
Yes.
The
Yeah, I
newest
actually
one?
saw that too. And I was gonna ask, dude, is there's a player a long time ago. I don't remember having a lot of conversations with him, but I remember me and him were friends. Mark, Marc. Is that the same one that was like in X3O?
Um, I don't know. Maybe someone in the Twitch chat will know, but I would assume it is.
I actually need to pull up the Twitch chat. I'm sorry, I don't even have
Yeah.
that on.
I
Shit,
would
what am I doing?
assume
Yeah, yeah.
that it's the same one. Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the people I remember playing with a long time ago, but it's so weird, like shit, sorry, I had some sound going on. It's so weird, like oh fuck, man, I got this ad going. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
But
dude.
I
All
can't
right.
hear it, so you're fine. I can only hear you,
Yeah,
bud.
yeah. I'm gonna pause this shit for now, and
Yeah.
I'll
Or
get
just
back
throw it
to
on
that.
mute. Just click the mute button.
Yeah, yeah. For some reason, I muted and it's still playing. It's weird,
Yeah.
but yeah, he was a player that was like I remember he was up and coming around the time that I was leaving, and I think he joined. I want to say he joined THO, but
Hmm.
yeah, he was an insane player. It was cool to see him back and a couple other people.
Yeah. I want to say it's him, but who knows for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah,
could
definitely.
probably, he's probably on the Discord server.
Oh,
So you
really?
could probably
Oh
just
shit, I
message
gotta
him.
join that, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're not even in it yet? Oh,
Yeah, I'm
shit.
not even in
Yeah.
it, dude. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we'll get you in it.
I'm so out of the loop, dude. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's
We're
crazy.
going
It's
to suck
surreal.
you back in.
Yeah, dude. Fuck it, man. I mean, I'm having fun. Honestly, like this game is. I love this mod, like or whatever you call it. It's fucking
Yes.
great, dude. It's
Yeah.
like the best of all worlds, really.
If it can suck me out of Tony Hawk 4, then it's doing something.
That's saying a lot. Yeah, yeah.
All right, sweet. So, Thug would be your favorite. Do you have favorite players throughout the years? Like you can start from like when you started to now that you caught up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, like I actually got to close Twitch because it's lagging, but I'm gonna get
Mhm.
into it a lot later. But yeah, when I first started playing the game, I actually I the only reason I came over was because I saw what was his name? Seamus's Off the Walls. I don't know if you
Oh
remember
yeah.
that guy.
Yep.
Uh, but yeah, I saw his video, and then that's when I kind of came over, and I didn't really know a lot of what was going on. So like, obviously, like my original, favorite players were like Andy THPS and him, people like that. But once I kind of like got to understanding the game and shit, it was definitely Gonzo TLT.
Yeah.
That dude was fucking like I wanted to be exactly like him. Like in terms of my play style, like it was very inspirational seeing how good he was. And it kind of sucks because I never really talked to him like on the real games, but a lot later I got Project 8 on the 360 and I saw him on the leaderboards and I was like, this has to be like, the Gonzo. And I remember I added him to my friends list and he accepted and I was like fucking jerking him off, dude. I'm like fanboying. I was fanboying so hard, dude. I'm like, this guy has been like a legend in my eyes for so fucking long. And he was like the most humble dude ever. Like he wasn't even talking about himself. He was just like, yeah, so how do you like the game? Like he just kind of so to me that was definitely he was one of my favorite players. Another one, KSK.
Yep.
Um obviously like everybody knows how good at the game KSK was. Absolutely insane player. In later years, once I actually got like really, really good. Well, not really good. I was never like a god at this game or anything, but for the time I thought I was pretty good. But it was you actually. I remember when I heard about you for the first time because I was always jumping around between games. And Nacho told me when I came back one time, he was like, "We got this dude, MistaFreeze. He's like the greatest Pro Skater 4 player of all time." And I was like, "All right, well, I've never heard that name before." And he wasn't lying, dude. I mean, honestly, like you were like just you pushed that game to a level that I don't think anybody really expected to happen. You know.
I was lucky because not many people were playing it at that time, though.
Well, still, it was the way I kind of viewed that game. From my actually, I don't feel like playing this level. The way I was, the way I was, kind of like viewing the game, I kind of felt that everybody had moved on. There wasn't much else to be done with the game. It was already tapped out. Like we already had all these crazy videos and shit, but somehow the great MistaFreeze comes along and just completely shits on everybody and is like, you know what? There's a lot left to do on this game, and that's actually I think that was around the time I met Buck. I met Buck because you were in THO, so I made my way over there, and then it turns out that was like the best time I ever really had on this game was playing with you, Buck, Crad, Freddie. You guys were fucking insane, dude. Like it was pretty inspirational to see how far y'all pushed that game. Especially whenever, like I said, I considered it over from my point of view. Like I considered that everything had been found. It was tapped out, but yeah, y'all proved me wrong.
Yeah, I think most people kind of thought that, and we were just like,
yeah.
We still liked it so much that we just kept playing, and eventually, when you put that much time into it, you're bound to get some stuff,
Exactly, yeah, and there wasn't like I felt like it was limited in terms of like tech. Like there wasn't, you couldn't wall plant. Everything was like I don't even think they had wall pushes at the time, did they?
No.
On that game, yeah,
No.
everything was so like straight lined. It was all about speed and like maintaining a good flow.
Right.
But yeah, it was just fucking crazy because I was playing with you guys, and it was around the time when TH4 Forever, was that the name of the series?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. I think it was number 4 came out, and I was like, "You motherfuckers were working on this shit like while I was playing with you guys." Like I didn't even realize, like y'all dropped a bombshell, and like I didn't even expect it. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember. Weird if we didn't invite you. It's weird.
Yeah, well, the thing was, honestly, like I was never big on like finding transfers and stuff. I always just kind of played the game because like I always felt like it was relaxing to just kind of improv around. But I had a really good appreciation for everybody that like did transfers and had a bunch of TVs and shit. Like I was all about it. But I kind of played this game for different reasons. I think it was almost like a break from other games, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember a time where I was stressed out playing this game. You know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons I love it so much. But yeah, I don't want to stray too far from the question. I got 2 more favorite players.
Yeah.
Definitely Buck, just because I saw like what he came from, because he was such like I remember when I first met him, he was very simplistic in his play style, but he was so new. And I just remember his improvement rate was just it was insane how good he was getting at that game, like so quickly. And I remember how determined he was to get better. And I kind of wish I had that drive, you know what I mean, that he had. And yeah, I gotta say, when I came back across him years later, it baffled me to see like how good he got at the fucking game. Like I think I talked to him like one time, like a long ass time ago, and I was like, "Hey, are you better than me yet?" And he was like, "Oh, by far." And I was just like, "Okay, well, let's see." And I kind of thought he was just kind of, I mean, I knew he was probably better than me. I just didn't realize how much fucking better everybody was than like what we were.
Yeah.
And lastly, I'd like to say Alec for sure, because Alec to me, when I think of Alec, I think of like the embodiment of this community in a way, because Alec, I don't ever remember Alec not being good at this game. And when I was like brand new to the game, he was already insane. And the fact that he kept playing this game is insane to me. Yeah, just all around, I think that that dude's like, he's definitely one for the books. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's
But
crazy good.
yep.
Cool. Do you have favorite videos throughout the years?
Yeah. My one that always comes to mind. I actually show my friend all the time. Because sometimes I go down like the rabbit hole of YouTube, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, I show him all the old shit because he actually when I came back to this game like 3 years ago just to kind of see what was up. I brought him along. His name was Dirt Church. I'm sure a couple people remember him because we played for like a month or so. But I showed him Gonzo's School improv on
Mm.
Thug 2, and to me that's one of my favorite videos of all time because I felt like it was incredibly ahead of its time. He was just, I mean, it says a lot, you know, when in I-4, if I'm remembering correctly, he was in the finals for both Thug 2 and Thug 1, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he was just insane. Like he was one of the greatest players in my opinion of all time. But yeah, that video had a lasting impact on me and it really made me want to play better. Another one would be Alex, and it's funny cuz like he just didn't think it was a big deal when I brought it up to him like 3 years ago, but Alex Berlin no manual on Thug 2.
Oh yeah.
Uh yeah, like I remember when that video came out, I like could not believe what I was seeing, and I remember just thinking like there was no fucking letting up in the entire run. It was just all the way through solid, every single part. Like he did some crazy shit where like he jumped from like I think it was like from up there, and then he grinded that right there, and then bonked this shit. And I just remember at that point I was like, all right, like what the fuck's going on? Like how did this happen? You know, especially whenever, you know, on Thug 2 there wasn't like a lot of drifting and shit. You know, it was really hard to like find a solid line. Not as hard as Pro Skater 4, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, those are two like very notable ones.
How about a video that you've done? If people had to just look up one GMI
Oh
video that's like you at
yeah,
your peak.
honestly, like it's probably me and Buck's improv video that we did on college. That was the only one that I could really find that I was involved in with another player that wasn't like a TV. Um,
Okay.
yeah, and at that time, I just remember that shit was like so like off the cuff. Like I think like either him or me were just like randomly like, hey, you want to just film an improv real quick, you know, whatever, you know, no second tries or anything, just do it off the cuff. Because I remember you and him used to do that too.
Yeah.
Like y'all would just improv one go. If you fucked up, you fucked up, and it is what it is. It's history, you know. And yeah, I just remember that was like a really fun time, and I go back on that video a lot, just because I feel like we both like were pretty fortunate with how our runs turned out because there was definitely no second tries in it, you know.
Right. You guys did some thug doubles too, didn't you?
I
You were
can't
in some
like
thug videos, but I can't think of
yeah,
them.
we were working on a video a long time ago and I couldn't find it because my old computer like I gave my old computer away and all the stuff that's on the hard drive I never really bothered to transfer it over. But I have a bunch of old clips on there, and me and Buck were working. I hope he remembers this because it was actually pretty fucking hilarious. But we were working on this. We're gonna do a doubles video, and I remember I had like the Mission Impossible music dubbed. We're gonna make like a trailer and shit, like the dun 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 dun, and like on every dun, you know, we had like a wall bounce or like whatever the fuck we were doing and yeah, we had plans on making a video, and I don't think we ever made like a Thug video because he was always playing Pro Skater 4.
Okay.
But I think that was the only video me and Buck actually made was the college one.
Damn. Must have been like I know you're an X30, so it must have been something like
Yeah, yeah,
this. Yeah.
yeah. I was I want to. It was. I had a lot of trouble like remembering like um my progression through clans because for whatever reason I left THO at one point and I don't remember why, but I was in THO for the longest time and I was always like not really dedicated to the game. And Nacho was always like, he was such a nice dude, and he was always like trying to get people to in the clan to like send him clips and shit. And like
Yeah.
I was always just like, I was in and out of the game, you know what I mean? So going back, like I wish I could have um been involved in the THO TVs, because those were fucking legendary. Like those are some of the best videos that were ever made. But yeah, it just didn't happen. I don't know. But I can't remember why I left THO specifically. But yeah, I was in the X3O TV.
Yeah.
Which, because I was playing on PC a lot too, and I think that's where I met the X3O dudes, and they were all really cool. But yeah,
Cool. How about underrated players?
underrated. I had trouble with this one, to be honest, because in terms of underrated, I don't know if they ever really got like the credit that they deserved after I left the game.
Sure.
But one extremely notable player in my mind, and I have no idea if he still plays this game, but it was Weasel, and he
Oh.
was he did he end up being notable, or?
Well, he was definitely getting good and stuff. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was. I'm telling you, like, dead serious. From my point of view, in my opinion, Weasel had perfected like the art of style in my mind. And I know it's a lot of opinion, but dude, Weasel was fucking insane, and I never really heard anybody talking about it. And then whenever
Yeah.
I would bring him up, people would just be like, "Okay, I don't know what you're talking about." But I always said, and I don't think I ever talked to him. He was just one of those guys that I saw his videos. But yeah, Weasel was like the embodiment of perfect style on Thug 2, in my opinion. Um, he was pretty insane, but I was kind of hoping he still played the game, honestly, because I wanted to see like what he turned into after all these years. But
Yeah.
yeah,
He was the
uh,
one that had that green like something for his icon. Like he had buddy icons on forums and shit.
yeah,
He
yeah,
had like a
yeah.
green worm or something. It was weird.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was. I think he was in MC was the name of his clan or
Yeah, I think
something.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the great players that I feel like never really got the recognition that he deserved, because I don't know what it was, and like some people's style just, I guess it's all opinion at the end of the day, like there's no like rule book for like what looks cool. But I feel like everything he did, like there was like no wasted movement in him. Like I never felt like he did anything that didn't feel perfect. And I don't know if he intended it that way or if it's just how he was feeling, but yeah, that dude was fucking insane. He was one of the best players that, I remember from way back in the day. Couple others. Really, I would say like, uh, let's see. Um, Mark, the dude I told you about, I remember when I was leaving the game, he was getting really fucking good. And he was one of those people that was getting really good really fast. And that was always cool to see, because I always wanted to see everybody do good, and accomplish whatever they were trying to on this game.
Yeah.
But he was definitely one of them. I thought for a moment that that Buck was underrated, but that was just because I saw him in the beginning, and I don't think he's underrated anymore. I'm pretty sure people are aware of, what he's become, and it's way more than I foresaw, because this game's really changed. It's really weird how people play. I mean, it's not weird how people play now, but it's not what I expected. I didn't think the game could get to this point.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. How about like favorite levels and then favorite creative part?
Favorite levels, I think Manhattan's like the obvious for me, but I don't really want to pick that because I don't know. I just feel like it's the perfect level. But besides that, Berlin, this map too, Australia. Um, and then creative parks, I honestly like. I don't remember a lot of creative parks. I didn't really play with them a lot, but I remember there was a cool idea on Pro Skater 4. It was like, man, what was it called? It was like you had to grind across it. Like it was a big no manual, and if you like fell off, you died or you got reset. They had spikes everywhere.
Oh yeah, the Death or Glory parks.
Yeah, Death or Glory. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really good idea. And besides that, I remember there was like somebody had figured out. I don't really remember, but there was these. There was like if you turned a rail like downwards or something, it like launched people. So like I don't know what the deal was with that, but I remember I watched some videos on that. I can't remember who exactly made them, but that was a really cool idea.
Yep. Yeah, that was on Thug.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How about favorite Tony Hawk 4 level?
Uh, it's between Shipyard and College. I honestly like. I really like College a lot. A lot of memorable. I remember a lot of memorable videos coming from that level, and I played it a lot. Actually, you know what, dude? I'm gonna go back on that. I think Alcatraz is the best level on that game.
Yeah.
Sick level.
Alcatraz is awesome. So when you're playing online, other than doing improv and transfers, is there anything else you like doing? Like, did you ever get into King of the Hill or goals or anything like that?
Um, I liked on Thug 2, I liked whoring like a lot on that game for some reason. I remember I used to watch I don't know if it was pronounced Airwig, but Air WG. I don't know
Yep.
if you remember that guy. Yeah, I remember he had his whoring videos and he was really fucking good and he was stylish too while he did it.
Yeah.
And I always thought that was cool. And I remember he was going for he was trying to get 1 billion on New Orleans.
Yep.
And I actually like I was like secretly trying to get 1 billion on that level. I never came fucking close, but yeah, I was trying to like secretly drop 1 billion on that level because a lot of people didn't know I hoard because I usually did it by myself, because it's kind of a drag whoring with like a full party of people because it could last so long that you just sit there and watch the same
Yeah.
line, but um yeah, I like doing that. I never really played King of the Hill. I remember you guys played King of the Hill, and you were all insane. But whenever I was in like the servers, but I never really attempted. I was just like, "Fuck it, dude! I'm just gonna improv around and let them have a good time." But on that note, though, I'd like to say that I remember Freddie was insane at King of the Hill on Pro Skater 4.
Yeah.
He was like, I just remember like specifically thinking to myself, like, is anybody gonna catch him? Like, because I just see it just ticking like nonstop. Freddy, Freddy, Freddy. Dude was insane. But yeah, you all were really good at that. I never really got into it though.
Yeah. The whoring on Thug too. There was also Bualala, or whatever the hell his name was.
Oh
Bualala
yeah,
Blue. I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
remember his name exactly. Something like this.
I remember that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, he was really good. There's a couple really good
yeah.
horrors.
There's a dude named Luke
Oh yeah, Luke.
MC.
Yeah.
Does he still play this game?
Shit, I don't. I have no idea.
Yeah, he was actually. I remember I added him on Xfire back in the day, and he was fucking insane at Half-Life 2. Like deathmatch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he killed me with a toilet like all fucking day.
Yeah,
Like the gravity gun. He was really good. He was yeah, I always thought I liked his videos too. He had like some really, really high combos on Thug 2.
yeah, for sure. Um, if you could change or add anything in this game, what would it be? And it might not apply to you because I know you haven't played it too much. This mod.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I noticed, did they nerf the Pro Skater 4 wall boost or whatever?
They did. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
They made
yeah.
it
I
into the
would
Thug so it's as hard as it used to be on Thug to do a TH4 boost plant.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought cuz I was having trouble like getting more than 2, I think. I think that's the most I've gotten since I came back to this game, but I remember 3 years ago when I was playing it, I was fucking like flying all over the place. Like it was actually I almost felt like it was too easy honestly back then because I remember you guys were trying to teach me to do it on Pro Skater 4 and I remember it was hard as fuck. Like I could never get more than 3. I think 3 is the most I ever got on that game and you guys would just, nonstop do it ton of times, no problem.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Guess my hands were slow. I
Three
don't
is
know.
definitely like on. If you do three on Tony Hawk 4 without like a grind or anything leading up to it, that's
Yeah.
pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I remember there's like a wall on all the way to the back of San Francisco, like by the dock that y'all taught me on. And yeah, I just could never do it like you guys did. You guys were like way, way better at that.
Damn. Yeah, I don't remember. Obviously, I don't remember
So
that
long
exact
ago,
time.
dude.
It's so long. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, it's
crazy.
literally more than half my life ago, and that's
Hey,
scary,
yeah,
man.
it's
Yeah,
nuts. Yeah. How
yeah,
old are
yeah.
you now?
I'm 27, and I'm pretty sure
Damn.
I think I met you when I was 12, and that fucking it's just insane that I'm even talking to you right now about this stuff because
I know.
I got all these like repressed memories that just I haven't thought about, and I never thought I'd ever have to bring up again. You know,
Now you make
it's
me feel even older because I'm 3 years older than you.
oh really? You're 30?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I always remember you're older than me, but I didn't know how
Okay.
much though.
All right. That's another general question I'm gonna start asking people: is do you skateboard in real life, or have you
No,
ever
I
done it?
have when I was a lot younger. Like I was like, I remember like me and my sister were trying to learn how to skateboard like before I even played this game, and I couldn't do fucking shit, man. Honestly, like
Yeah.
I could like keep my balance and skate around like no problem, but in terms of like doing any type of trick or anything, it's not happening. Like I think I ollied maybe once, and it wasn't even considered a real ollie. So
Well, it's fucking hard, man.
it is hard,
It's
man.
so
Yeah, I
hard.
actually broke a skateboard like just trying to do that shit, and
Yeah.
yeah, me and my
It's
friend and my sister used to do that a long time ago. Good
damn.
times, but yeah, I don't think it's for me.
No, it's so hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I went the BMX route. I did some
Oh
BMX, but
yeah, yeah.
nothing
I remember
crazy.
I had a fuck, what was it, man? I can't even remember, but I remember my cousin had like a Matt Hoffman BMX bike, and it was like expensive as fuck, and I
Like a
had some
Haro or
shitty
something?
ass. I don't even
No,
know,
who
man. It
made
was
Haro? That
like
was Dave Mira. Was Dave Mira Haro? Shit, I can't remember now.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I
Yeah.
never really like I was never like super athletic at all. I mean, I was playing Tony Hawk all day. So yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely yeah.
I wasn't athletic either. I was like a pretty big. I think I was like 200 something in high school.
Yeah, I was
So,
actually it's pretty crazy, but when I was like 17, like a little bit after I stopped playing this game, I was like fucking 300 pounds,
oh
and
no.
yeah, I went down to 200 and about a maybe like half a year or something.
Oh
And
shit.
it's fucking weird looking at pictures of me back then. But honestly, dude, I just played a lot of fucking games, man. I didn't really move around.
Yeah, yeah. It was pretty much the same with me. I did BMX, but I ate like so much shit that it just didn't
Oh
matter. Like I
yeah,
didn't know shit about dieting, so I would just
yeah,
fucking.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'd be drinking like case of Mountain Dew with a buddy, and like we just
Right,
didn't give
right,
a
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, those were the days, but honestly, like the older I get, the more I'm like, all right, I need to start fucking, getting a little bit of exercise here, staying away from the ice cream there,
Yeah, yeah. Now it just if it's sugar, just forget it. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
won't even
yeah.
bother. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. Well, sweet. So, if you can go all the way back, and it's probably going to be impossible, but some people remember. Describe your first experience online for THPS,
Um,
and was it the first online console game you had played?
it definitely wasn't the first. I played SSX3 a lot online, and that's the reason I found this game was because somebody posted the Seamus video, like I said, on their forum. But my first memory of getting into the game after that was on Thug One, and I specifically remember playing on New Jersey, and that was when I was kind of like discovering that everybody was like dark sliding around and shit, like resetting their balance and getting like ridiculous combos on Moscow, like completely thoughtlessly. Um, I remember that, and but besides that, I don't really have like a specific memory. That's really hard, but yeah, that's the farthest back memory I can think of for that game.
Got it. That's fair. Um, Obviously, we get more into SSX, but since you brought it up, was that game as popular as Tony Hawk?
Oh, SSX3.
Yeah, like
It
with their
was
forums and stuff.
Yeah, it was actually it's interesting how that whole thing started because I had dial up and I was playing SSX3 like I said with like a bad delay. And then I got when I got broadband, I was playing like I played a lot of PC games when I was a lot younger. So I played like Team Fortress Classic, the original Day of Defeat mod, shit like that. But that's why the main reason I wanted broadband. But whenever I got back on SSX3 to give it a try with like better internet, I discovered that when you have broadband, it unlocks this amazing thing called voice chat, and
Yeah.
and so I kind of got into it there, and it was those days. I was so young at the time. I think I was 11, but it was pretty popular. Like they had a lot of people uh, playing online specifically, and I don't think it was as popular as Tony Hawk, though, to be completely honest with you, because SSX was like you had to play any online game you did was it was like one on one basically. So what you would do is you basically like went into the lobby, you picked a person you wanted to play against, and then you would challenge them to a level, and then you picked the level, ranked or unranked, and so it was a lot of like one on one. So like everybody knew each other, but we didn't all play with each other at the same time. You know what I mean?
God.
It was pretty interesting. So people would like, there'd be murmurs about some guy who's getting good at freestyle, or fucking, some racer who found like a glitch, like a worm. We had these things called wormholes back on SSX, and it like broke the game because you jump. You ever played SSX, by the way?
I played, yeah, I think I played 2 and then 3 the most. I played 3 the most.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
offline.
Three was the one I was playing online, and yeah, they had these things called wormholes where uh people were finding that you can jump out of the level, like over like the out of bounds, and if you manage to clear the out of bounds area, you would fall through the entire level.
No, no.
And yeah, and then eventually you hit select to reset your character on the track, and then you would teleport to like the end of the level. So people started implementing that shit. So whenever somebody would get an insane time, it'd be like, all right, this fucker found a wormhole. Like, who is it? And
Yeah.
and everybody would follow suit, try to get it. But yeah, it was definitely not as popular as this game. It was just the reason I ended up here, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Um, so when you started playing, did you have someone teaching you in specific? Were there a couple people, and then obviously most people start off wording trick attack lines. Is that kind of the direction you took?
Um, I don't I had trouble with this one too. I don't really remember there being a specific player that taught me things, but I remember, it was kind of a culmination of everything I seen and what other people were doing, if that makes sense. And I would just follow suit and be like, yeah, this trick looks cool spun this way, or whatever. Like I'm gonna start adding this trick to my specials. And yeah, so not really anybody in specific, but I did have uh I guess I had people that kind of guided me to other, like for example, like Nacho. Me and him were like complete noobs together, like way way back, and he was the one that kind of got me like, you know, to showing me like all like the great videos, like all the best players and stuff, and we talked about how good they were, and we kind of learned like that. But in terms of like, I don't think I ever really had like a specific mentor. It's like it's really just kind of like the whole community made me what I am, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yep. Did you start off doing like trick attack lines or
Um,
anything like
I
that?
I used to think that the game was about getting a high score and winning, winning online. For sure. I think that's how everybody pretty much gets started on this game. But yeah, I used to I don't think I ever looked up any like whoring lines. But I remember seeing Andy THPS's THPS 3 videos where he would get high scores back on Planet Tony Hawk, I think. He had
Yeah.
his videos on there. And that was like the closest thing I'd say to like seeing how the game was played for trick attack lines. But besides that, I kind of skipped over that, I guess.
Got it. So, did you ever play CTF or Cough with us back in the day, or did you always just observe?
I um I would either observe or just kind of like improv around. I definitely don't remember playing CTF with you guys. I played a lot of the only mode besides just like improving that I liked was graffiti. I used to play a lot of graffiti 2v2s with Buck, and
Oh, yeah.
I think I played with you too doing that. But yeah, I just remember you guys were just so much more like y'all had so much more like of an understanding of how to be fast on that game than I ever did. And I was so late to the Pro Skater 4 party that it was kind of like a daunting task to, you know, reach the levels you guys did. So I almost didn't bother, but
Right.
I was around, when all that was going on.
Got it. So we can talk about clans. Your first clans, and do you still talk to the old clan members?
Um, my first clan, I actually the only two people I've kept up with is you and Buck. Those are literally the only two people that unfortunately I remember I used to talk to everybody on MSN Messenger back in the day.
Yeah.
That seemed to be very popular, but that is all lost. I'm pretty sure all that shit's down. So
Yeah, I know
um,
AIM is down, been down for quite a
yeah,
while.
yeah, yeah. That was the best, man. I kind of miss those days. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was in the first clan I was ever in was King,
Oh
equals
hell
King
yeah.
equals or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were kind of like I remember they were like entry level. They were just nice dudes, you know what I mean? Like fun to play with. They had some interesting videos they came out with, but they were more in the um they didn't really do like transfers and improv and shit. You know what I mean? They just kind of made like fun videos,
Yeah, I
stuff
remember
like
the
that.
King Clan. Yeah, I just don't remember the names of anyone in it.
Yeah, yeah. I remember I can't remember specifically anybody except for I think RJ Magic or whatever. And
Hmm.
yeah, I was with them very shortly, but then I met Nacho and us two. Well, he invited me to GSA, which was the old THO, I guess.
Yeah,
And
that's right. I remember that.
yeah, yeah. So I was with them, so I was kind of like grandfathered into THO in that aspect because I went away. Like it's really fuzzy because I was always between games. So like every time I would play this game, it was in a short spurt, and then I would kind of just move on, and then I'd come back, and everything's just a little bit different, And I'd always like learn the new tech and shit, and yeah, yeah, I was with them, and then I was with T8 or X3O later on, but I haven't kept up with anybody honestly. I kind of wish I did, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder like RJ Magic. I wonder what that guy's up to because I remember him.
Yeah, yeah. I think he was. I want to say it was him, and I think Chadius was like the. I don't know if you remember him, but he's got a lot of videos. He was one of
Yeah.
the early players.
Yeah,
But
they were like the clan leaders, quote unquote, right?
right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I remember like when clans had like sections, like there was the
Yeah,
leader, and then there was like a sub leader, and then there was like a
right.
sub
Yeah,
leader. Yeah.
it was actually like I remember it was like pretty serious. Like
Oh, for sure.
I remember when I was in really I remember like I think THO was like when I was in THO. I don't even think like uh, I just cannot remember why I left. There's a reason, and I think it had a lot to do with the fact that I was in between games. I had no like dedication to the actual clan. I didn't make videos. I was lazy, and I think it got to the point where I was just so out of touch that I just left, if that makes sense. But
Yeah. So was that the last clan you were in then?
no, I was in X3O was the last clan
Oh,
I was
okay.
ever
Yeah. For
in.
some reason, I thought XBO came before. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, X3O was after.
Yeah.
I remember I think me and Didi Mayan. I don't know if you remember that guy.
Dude, I want to get in touch with him.
Yeah, dude, he was fucking sick. Like he
He's
was one of the
badass.
yeah, he was one of the PC players that I was talking about that was just like fucking crazy good.
Yeah.
And I think that like in terms of like difference in the games and shit, like I feel like PC didn't really get the credit it deserved because they had some fucking nutty players on PC from my memory.
Oh, for
But
sure. Yeah.
and I don't know why. I guess I was just weird as fuck. But I started on PS2 and I wanted to learn how to play with a keyboard. So that was one of the reasons I got it on PC was just to see what that was like. And yeah, it's just insane to me to this day that I'm sure there's still people playing on a keyboard, right?
More now than ever.
Really? Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
just it's insane to me, dude. It's like
Yeah.
learning to walk again. Like
Yeah.
I remembered what looked good and shit, but there was things I wouldn't go for. Like I would never spin to the left. I would never do like, I don't know, like certain things I do on a controller. Like I wouldn't even bother on
I
PC
just
like,
fucking forget. That's the way I look at it. I was like, but supposedly when you get it down, you can be faster with the
Really?
keys. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I guess because it's like, I mean, really, the way I'm thinking about it, yeah, you do kind of have like a little bit more control. I think the only thing that PC lacks is an analog stick, you know what I mean? And that's only for one thing anyway. So
Yeah, like for your spinning, it's kind of weird too.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, there's some. I mean, like there's some stuff that you could do a lot easier on keyboard, smashing the
For
keys.
sure. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I guess it's worth it. I mean, fuck, dude, give them that advantage because if they can learn how to play on a keyboard, fucking kudos to
Yeah, they
that.
deserve. Yeah, dude, they
Yeah,
definitely like. And I know it's kind of like it's one of those things though. I remember everybody always told me it's like, well, dude, like it's all I know how to do, so that's why it's easy. But
yeah,
I
it's
I just feel
still.
like I don't know. Yeah, it's like, and plus just the overall comfort of playing on a controller is just so much better, you know.
Yeah, I don't think I could play on like a. I could type for a while, but I don't think I could play on a keyboard for more than like an hour and going all out. Whereas like a
Right.
controller,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
have like 2, 3, 4 hour sessions just going
Yeah.
ham.
I
But
actually.
they probably could. I don't know. They probably could still do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I just remember like when I came back to Thug Pro, I didn't have a I didn't have like a USB adapter for my PS2 controller.
Yep.
So I had to play on a keyboard, and I had a fucking mechanical keyboard. And I remember I was talking to Buck and this dude that I met on Thug Pro named Grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, he cool dude. I don't think he was around back in the day though, but he was a cool dude. And I just remember uh, like I was on chat with him, and I'm just like clomping away at my fucking mechanical keyboard, and I just remember thinking like, this is so goddamn annoying for myself. Like I can't imagine them just sitting there patiently listening to me just fucking like, it's
Yeah, they
like
are. They're so loud. It's crazy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Feels good though, but it gets old.
My wife fucking hates it. I'm
Yeah,
like, especially in
I
the
actually
mornings.
replaced it, but oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There's no being quiet on that shit.
It's
Yeah,
impossible. Yeah.
yeah,
And then like on the mic too, that feedback because the mic, I mean, the mic will
yeah.
pick it up for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just that frequency, whatever it puts out, that high pitch. It's just like it's hard to avoid.
yeah, yeah.
So X3 was the last clan. Then you guys made how many videos? You had a few.
Yeah, we X3O.
Yeah.
The only one I was involved with, and I want to say it's like the last thing I did before I left the game was X3O TV2.
Okay.
And
Yeah, because I know you were in one of them. That must have been it then. Yep.
yeah, yeah, that was the one. And I remember that video literally came out like a week after I joined that clan, so I had to hurry up and get like a couple transfers. And like I said, I wasn't really like a transfer guy or like somebody who made a lot of videos, and I wish I was, dude. I really do. I kind of missed out on that because it's really nostalgic watching yourself play a game like from before you can even remember it, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
But I definitely regret not making more videos because I had a ton of clips. I just never did anything with them. It was a bummer. Like I had an improv video, or what I'm assuming was an improv video, because when I found my hard drive from my friends, or my old computer that I gave to my friend, I was looking through some old like Halo 2 clips and shit, and I had some like sick ass fucking Thug 2 improv clips. For the time they were sick. Nowadays I don't even like, I feel like I'm kind of shit at this game compared to what people have become, but I wish I would have did something with all that.
Yeah. It's too bad.
Yep.
Huh. So then you left. What was it that made you leave? Because that was it then, right? X3O was the last one.
Yeah, X3O was the last clan I was in, and I think I was in a clan with Buck called TLO for about 45 minutes. and,
Okay.
and then I think that was it with the clans for me. I was too casual with this game,
Uh,
looking back. It was hard to imagine that I was even like that anybody would even like really remember me, just because there was no like documentation of me existing other than like word of mouth, or like the couple videos I was in. But yeah, I kind of like I met and it was like late 2006. I started hanging out at this land center near my house, and I kind of like started playing with those dudes, and they all played like Halo. So I got like really big into console shooters, and it just kind of, I always played Tony Hawk though. I never really like fully quit back then. I just didn't play online anymore. So every once in a while I get the itch, I'd get on and just play offline, free skate, and just fucking, it was therapeutic for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Very relaxing game.
Yeah, a couple of people like Shame. It's not Seamus, but Shame said that he was inspired to play Halo because he was the only THPSer I knew that was making vids on both.
Yeah, yeah. I actually that was the other community that I was kind of like involved with. Was the Halo community. They like it's the closest thing to the Tony Hawk community that I ever really came across because are you familiar with like Halo 2, like how, or did you just kind of like see it in passing?
I played some of it, but never online.
Yeah, Halo 2 is like it's one of those just masterpiece games where they had certain elements kind of like with this game where like there were button glitches and shit that like wasn't really like intended that made the game like so much funner. And
Okay.
so you can kind of like stun on people in a way, kind of like this game. Like for example, there was a button glitch called the BXR where you would press B to melee, X to cancel the melee, and then R to shoot him in the face, and it's like an instant kill. And it was back in the day that was like entry level button glitch, but they had like button glitches to make they had the battle rifle on the game, and it was a 3-shot burst. But if you pressed, I think it was RRX something, I can't remember exactly how. I think it was just RRX or something, but you would actually shoot 2 bursts, and it was actually really hard to do whenever you're actually like in combat with somebody. So they had little aspects of that game where people would do it and they'd be insane at it, and that was one of the reasons why montages for that game reminded me so much of this game, because it wasn't just like, okay, yeah, I killed him. It's like, no, I killed him using fucking button glitches, shit like that, if that makes sense. you know
Yeah, I remember watching some of those montages where like there was this one that was like he used the "Can't Touch This" song.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Fuck, man. Halo God, I think was his name.
Okay,
He was pretty famous.
for
He
sure.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah, he actually became like a professional player for a team called Triggers Down, I think it was. And but yeah, he was like an old school like montage kid. And then whenever the game caught like it started to get some traction, like with MLG being like a new thing. I don't know if you remember those days, but
Oh yeah.
uh yeah, MLG was like it was kind of peaking with Halo 2. And yeah, he ended up being like a pro player. But there is another dude, just in case anybody's curious. There's a guy named Tweak, and I used to play with him on Halo 2, and he was one of the most like talented players I've ever seen. Like he he's got a video called Tweak the Riot, and it's a Halo 2 montage, and it came out like fucking probably like 2007 or something. And I used to play 1v1 against the dude, and he taught me basically, like, he was a real mentor for me on that game because he didn't really let up. Like he was fucking really good, and he wanted everybody to know it. So he would shit on you and be like, dude, you fucking suck, man, you need to get better. Like
Damn.
he was never like a nice guy. He was actually kind of a dick, but it was for the best. But yeah, he's got an insane video. He was doing like almost what I would consider like transfers, if it makes sense, because
Yes. Yeah.
he was just doing things that weren't like conventional or practical, and like actually like killing people like it.
Chain them together and stuff. Right.
Exactly. Yeah, he was a really really good player. But yeah.
Um. Yeah. Then there was like Ogre 1 and Ogre 2. They did the
Yeah.
doubles together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Oh
them.
yeah, dude. Those were the days. Like honestly, I kind of thought that Halo was going to be a bigger thing than it was, and I don't regret like investing so much time in that game because I had a great time. I'm not even gonna lie, but I did not expect it to die like the way it did, because like I don't know, I feel like the actual um like community kind of died out. I thought there'd be more like competitive scene for it.
Yeah. Well, now they're releasing them with like complete makeovers, right? And textures and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. They got Master Chief Collection coming out on Steam on the 3rd actually. So I'm
Ooh.
definitely gonna be playing that shit, and that's
Yeah.
just like reskinned old Halo games multiplayer.
Yeah, that'd be
So
fucking
yeah, I'm
cool.
looking forward to that. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, maybe I should pick that up because I never got to experience it.
Yeah,
So
it's one of those things where it, they were pushing the like they were pushing the game to like a level that I don't think the devs intended. Like just like this game, you know? Like
yeah,
this game became way different than I think was intended. Like I think that they thought that we were just gonna move on with the games and like, yeah, dude, like we're gonna play Tony Hawk Ride or whatever that was.
yeah, just hop on whatever the new thing is. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, yeah. What was it? It was called Ride, right? Where you
Oh
actually had
God.
like a
Yeah,
yeah,
like
it's
a physical skateboard, but not really. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's pretty much like $120 bucket of AIDS. Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah, it's like $120 door stopper, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Literally like a one and done disappointment. I just
Yeah, I didn't even try it. I saw videos of it, and I was
oh
like,
yeah, yeah. I
all
had
right,
no interest whatsoever. Yeah.
yeah. Well, cool. So, when's the last time you said it's been a few years since you played Tony Hawk, or is that just on
Yeah.
Thug Pro now?
Well, I came across Buck's videos on YouTube, and he was actually listening to like the same music I was, you know, which is like heavier shit, like you know, like the death metal shit. And I kind of hit him up about it and was like, you know, it's pretty crazy that we're both listening to like the same music, you know, and whatever. And we started talking again, and yeah, he told me about Thug Pro, and so I came back for a little while, and it actually blew me away, like how perfect this game is. Like I still can't believe that I'm playing Thug Pro in 2019 on my old PS2 controller that I played fucking, you know, Underground 2 when it first came out on. It's just it's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
nuts.
roughly 3 years ago, I'd say.
Okay. And what are your thoughts on just the way it's progressed to the way it is now? Because now you see, like, well, you saw it in the fun video and the SMG video.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like the game it's interesting because like I feel like there was like aspects of the game that weren't even like a secret that became like implemented in like modern improv. Like for example, like wall pushes. Like nobody did that shit back in the day, I don't think. Like that wasn't really like a part of improv unless I just completely missed that. But I remember when I came back, I'm like, damn, dude, everybody's like wall pushing off everything. And it actually looks fucking sick, like what they're doing, you know, like implementing in within a combo. Uh, and I also really just the overall, like the general fucking flying around is like just it's it's just insane. Like it's not even close to what we were doing back in the day, you know. Like pretty much the way I'm skating now is how I remember the game, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm really like I'm actually like super proud that the game like lives on and that people are like continuing to push it. And I don't think this game's ever going to really die. Like as long as like honestly as long as I'm alive, I'm going to be popping this game in like once a year, you know, and I'm going to play it for the rest of my life, you know. But it's nice to see, like I said, that Smooth Moves 2 video. It was so cool seeing like Alec, Neuro, you still playing this game, you know, and like and still like being creative with it. And you know, it's just nice to know that like everything that the community's done didn't like go to waste, you know, because we all learn from each other.
Yeah, for sure we do. So do you intend on playing more often now, or what's this?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I need to talk to you know, see who's still around, like from because I don't even know if anybody even remembers me, to be honest with you. Like it's been so long, and that was one of the things I was having trouble with, like trying to remember who it was I was playing with specifically. Like I remember a few people that I can comfortably say I was definitely playing with, and nowadays it's just there's so many new names, and like I'm sure some people even change their names too, you know. It's
Yeah, well, like if I'm just looking at like the Discord, like there's Cell, that
Cell.
rings Celsius. Cell says he remembers you. Viz.
Oh really? There's people. I
Uh,
need to actually see. Is there people talking in Twitch right now?
no, this is in the Discord that I'll send you an invite to.
Oh
But you know,
cool,
there's
cool.
people that remembered you, like
Oh no shit.
Thug. I think remembers you.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
see, just kind of looking around. Yeah, there wasn't too many
Yeah.
posts regarding it, but there was definitely, yeah, there's definitely people. Like Crad remembers you.
Oh yeah, dude, Crad was the fucking man. Yeah,
And
I
then
remember like he was one of the people that I talked to the most on Pro Skater 4.
Crad, yeah,
Yep,
for sure. He's still very like active in the community.
that's
He doesn't
awesome, man.
play too much from what I see, but he's very active. Like he's still
Yeah,
around.
yeah, that's
Uh,
great.
Pro had. Let's
Oh
see.
yeah, dude. What the
Let's
fuck?
see. Groovy says, I remember that dude held SSX world records ages ago.
Shit, dude. Oh my
So,
god.
yeah, there's quite a few.
Damn. Well, fucking man, I love everybody from this community, and like it really from the bottom of my heart, it's so cool that like this shit's still going on because it would be a shame if this just turned into nothing. You know, like other communities I've seen. It's just I don't think it's ever gonna happen
Yeah, I think it's got some life left in it. It will
for
be
sure.
interesting to see what happens in the next like 5 years or something. Because now it's been like 7, 8 years with this already.
Yeah, yeah,
Nine,
yeah.
maybe going on nine, like 7, 8 years,
Oh my
nine.
god.
Soon to be 10. I mean, that's just crazy with just the Thug
Yeah,
Pro by
yeah,
itself, you know.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, so I'm hoping, you know, and then hopefully, like at least if it does become way less active, and there's still if at least like things like this podcast and all the videos will be around,
Right.
and then like I think there's backups of forums. Like I know who was I talking about, like KSK and Mike. I think has like backups of forum stuff.
Oh,
So
that's sick. Yeah, dude.
yeah, so we're trying to keep it alive, and then also preserve it. So it's kind of a
Right, yeah. Like honestly, dude, like I'm gonna tell my fucking kids about this game. You know, like everybody's gonna have to hear it. Like I'm gonna be fucking 70 years old sitting down, with the grandkids and being like, you don't know what good games are, like
and
it's
boot
just
this up.
yeah, yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah. I'm really proud to have been a part of this because I bring it up from time to time and it's really weird to me because I was telling my friend about it. I feel like certain things bring me back to this game, like certain songs I'll hear or just the weirdest shit like seeing old games and shit just brings me back to levels on this map, or not map, but this game. Like I think about Shipyard a lot, and I don't know why. But
Yeah.
it's like it's crazy. It's like burned in my subconscious. Like I'm never gonna forget like how to play this game. It's just crazy.
Yeah. So you think overall it's had a positive impact for you?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that it's kind of taught me. Um, it's made me more, I guess, stylish in other games. Like I kind of like I have that inclination to kind of stun on people. Because I play like a lot of FPS and shit. So like it really like it kind of showed me that games aren't just about winning and it's kind of about like looking good while you win or just really
Sure.
looking good, period. You know what I mean? So and also I think that it's just pretty interesting because I'm sure that subconsciously there's a lot of things that this game has helped me with other games and I just don't realize it. I messaged Buck the other day and we were kind of talking about it was right after you asked me to do this too. I just figured I'd hit him up. And we're just talking about like the hours that we put into this game and I really feel like whether it be like for mental health reasons or like actually being a better person or being good at whatever, I feel like there's always like a rhyme to the reason and there was something that we all gained from this whether we realize it or not. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. I know.
I
Like
hate to get super deep about it, but I really think that this wasn't for nothing.
not at all. Yeah. I definitely think, especially like in high school and stuff, I would have gotten in with like probably the wrong people, and I'd rather have
Oh, for
invested my
sure.
time on this. And yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I think that in terms of like direct impact it's had on me, I think that it's kind of showed me that people, if you put enough time into something, you can become amazing at it. Not that I was, but like when I look at people like Alec and Buck and fucking, and like how good you were at Pro Skater 4 and shit, it's like it doesn't really matter like how new you are to something. If you don't quit and you just keep doing the shit, you're gonna be amazing at it. You know what I mean? And that kind of applies to everything.
Yeah.
Like if you're not a little bitch and you just fucking quit, like you can really do whatever you want, you know?
Which takes us to the bands. Are you still in a band?
Yeah. We're actually like we've been talking about it for the past couple months for sure. Like we're gonna get back on the grind with it and start the next album. But we dropped our first album like 2 years ago. It's the name of our band is Parzakia, by the way. Type. We we're basically like a deathcore
Oh yeah, I don't
band.
have the in-game chat. Hold on. Since
Oh
it's just
shit.
us two, I'll turn it back on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I always disable because I just don't know what to expect. So it's type
Right.
it one more time.
Yeah.
So
It's
so I'm just curious to see how it's spelled. So I think I listened to it. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And you do the vocals.
Right. Yeah.
None of the
Base.
instruments though, just vocals.
No, yeah, no instruments. My best friend, my brother, my brother that I never had, you know, he does the instrumentals, and he's actually the reason why it was even possible, because I really don't think I would have gotten into creating music if I didn't meet him, because he's actually he doesn't give himself enough credit at all. Like he's super humble about it, but he's probably like one of the greatest um writers of music that I've met, because he doesn't even listen to like death metal really, but he's like very familiar with it. He listens to rap like, you know, regularly, but he can write like some amazing riffs, and like you know, like I said, I don't know if he gives himself the credit, but it wouldn't be possible without him. It's pretty much all on him, if I had to put it that way. But
So does
yeah,
he play the
basically
instruments, or does he use software to make everything?
he no, he plays guitar and bass,
Oh
and we
wow, okay.
program drums.
Yeah,
Uh but like he can also play drums too. He's just one of those people that like he's just I don't know what it is. Like I think that people are truly like musically inclined.
for sure.
Uh and I'm not sure how people become like that, but he was in basically when I met him, we both listened to death metal, and our favorite bands, you know, at the time were Pantera, and he had a Pantera tattoo on his leg, and I was like, okay, well, I think this is my best friend now, you know. But but yeah, he it turned out he was like one of the sickest guitar players I ever met, and also like the best friend I ever had for sure, like undoubtedly. But I hate to keep going on that. I'm like really kissing his ass hard, but it's true. But yeah, yeah, he was in a band, a deathcore band called Ophion, and they were like getting a lot of traction apparently right before he met me, and then they kind of became inactive when he met me. But we discussed like, you know, writing music together because we both listen to all the same shit, and I played bass and guitar at the time, but I was never nearly even like I wouldn't even consider myself a great player of either of those. But I played bass for this project we did called Omnipotence, and we had one of our friends doing vocals, and I always wanted to be a vocalist, and I just never really talked about it because it's hard to like I, I don't know if like I was shy about it or whatnot, but it's like screaming like an asshole, you know, in front of somebody casually is kind of hard to do for the first time. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to I always wanted to be a vocalist, but yeah, he kind of showed me the way. Uh he gave me some time. I told him I was going to practice and shit and like learn the ropes, and yeah, he was really patient with me, but I ended up doing vocals for the first time and writing my own lyrics for the first time, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. And we went from just dropping like a single to planning on doing an EP to doing like a full on album.
Did you actually sign with a record company, or is this something you guys are doing independent?
Well, they got we have there's this company called Chugcore, and they actually like reached out to us, and they're the ones who distribute our CDs.
Oh, cool.
Uh, and I actually have I talked to them about this before. I have a box full of like CDs, like with our artwork, lyric book, all that shit. If anybody on here wanted, I can like we can mail it to you if you pay for shipping or something, or if shipping's not a lot, you know, we can send you CDs, because we're still sitting on a bunch of them, because they I think I want to say like they bought like 200 copies of the CD and then sold them on their end, and then we had like we got way too many, you know, so we have plenty.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not the. Is it the full album? It's the full album.
Yeah, it's the full album. Yeah, we
Cool.
it was supposed to be like I want to say like a 4 song EP, but we actually dropped like our last song of the EP, and it got like a lot of traction. And Spotify actually, I still don't know how this happened, but Spotify put the song on their official deathcore Spotify playlist, and it got like 100,000 views and or listens, and that's when we were like, okay, let's just make a whole fucking album then. Fuck it, like if people are starting to know who we are, So, but deathcore is a very underground genre of death metal, so 100,000 was to us like a huge deal, whereas other, like other genres that are more mainstream, that's like really nothing. But
Sure. Yeah, for the people that are going to go listen to it or are wondering, it's really fucking heavy.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes, it's
yeah.
heavy stuff.
Yeah, it's actually like when I first started, like, and like I said, that was the reason I met Buck or started talking to Buck again, was because I saw some video where he's doing improvs on Manhattan, and he had Die Artist Murder as one of the songs. I'm like, oh shit, dude, like what the fuck? Like Buck listens to the music I listen to now. Whereas back in the day, we used to listen to Breaking Benjamin and be like, man, this shit's fucking slamming. Like
Yeah.
this is as heavy as it, like not really knowing. But yeah, it was cool to so I kind of reached out to him. He's actually his name's in the lyric book because he was one of the people that I was sending demos to before we actually released songs, and so he would like critique it, and he always had nothing but good things to say, and uh, I'm hoping it's not just because I'm his friend, but yeah, yeah. But it's not for everybody. I'll say that it's a lot fucking heavier than you would think whenever you hear the term metal, I guess.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Yeah, I remember some. How do you say it again?
Pyres of Kiev.
So okay, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, people should definitely listen to it. I think it's the vocals are do you use any sort of effects or anything? Or you
No,
just straight up?
yeah, it's raw input. The like
Okay.
only effects I would say is whenever we do like duels, and that's whenever I'll do like a high vocal and then a low vocal and tag it along to where it almost sounds like two people, but it's both me.
Right.
That's the only effects I would say that we put on the vocals. And really everything's pretty like our next album it's kind of it's a little bit we're actually pretty bad at keeping up with our Facebook, because I don't think we posted in like over a year, but it's because we don't use Facebook anymore. But we're eventually gonna get shit rolling again, and we're actually talking about before the end of the year putting out our new song, which we've been working on. And we got a new guitar, new bass, new microphone that's I'm gonna be getting, and we're actually going to like a legit studio this time.
Oh, cool.
So it's gonna be a lot better. We've learned a lot.
Right. So outside of the music thing, what's and then obviously gaming, is there anything else that you do for
Yeah, I
hobbies?
like well, really, I mean, I honestly I just play a lot of games, dude. I don't really have any. I've never been like an athlete or anything like that. Yeah, really just between working, just playing video games, hanging out with my friends. I don't really have anything too specific that I've been playing a lot of games my life. So
Yeah.
uh
So you're not burnt out from games yet.
no, I don't think I don't think I ever will be. There was a
Okay.
period of time where whenever we were working on the music where nothing was really like getting me, you know what I mean, game wise. So I just kind of like did that. And yeah, really really just I play a lot of FPS games. I always have.
Yeah, that's what I play mostly too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have a favorite single player game in like the last decade?
Uh um I do play a lot of single player games, so I wish I could in the last decade um I'd say that a couple games have surprised me. Like Far Cry is one of the single player games that I didn't expect to be as good as it actually was.
Yeah,
I was very
which
late.
one in specific?
I played Far Cry 3
Yeah.
way late, and dude, that game was so fucking good.
Fucking
Like I don't.
blows my mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Nobody
so
like
good.
no like all my friends were fucking playing it, and I'm like, "Are you gonna let me know?" Like I remember I texted my friend, I'm like, "Dude, why didn't you fucking tell me to play this game? Like it's great."
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Um.
The ending is fucking, and then of course the
Oh
actor is awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah,
he's on Better Call Saul now or something. Like,
sure. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Great actor. Great game.
great game. Yeah.
Trying to think of some specifics though. Shit. And every time I play a game, I'm always like talking my ass off about it. So I'm surprised I'm drawing a blank. But one of the most impactful games that I've ever played single player wise was Half-Life 2.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
that game absolutely changed my life. Like from a very young age, when I was like 7 years old, that was like the first game I ever played was Half-Life. I remember watching my uncle. Uh, Man, what's the name? I don't even know if the boss has a name, but are you familiar with Half-Life 1?
Not so much Half-Life 1 versus 2.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll just say that when I played Half-Life 2 for the first time, it absolutely blew me away because I had a shit computer, so I couldn't play it for the longest time. And then by the time I did play it, I've never had a feeling like that when I was playing a single player game. Like I actually felt like I was a part of something. You know what I mean? Like through
Yeah.
this fucking game. It was one of my favorite games of all time.
I
Probably
was
my favorite
I
game.
was pretty late to it. I think I played it in like maybe middle 2000s, middle
Yeah,
to
yeah,
late.
yeah.
But
Yeah, that was about the time I did. Yep.
yeah, but I always wanted to get a good computer so I could play Doom 3.
Oh my god, dude. You all right, I remember you were sending me videos from Doom 3 when you were playing it. And you were
Yeah.
the reason I got Doom 3
Oh,
because
fucking love it.
yeah, dude, I remember there was a part you were telling me about a long time. I totally forgot this was you. That's fucking crazy. You were telling me about there's like a part where you have to like all you have is a flashlight and you have to be like super quiet like while you're walking past something or something.
Okay.
I remember that you tell me about that, and I remember you sending me a clip of like some shit jumping out of a bathtub or something like that. It's been so long, but
Yeah, it's
yeah,
been
I
a long
got that
time.
game because of you for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Like I like survival horror and those type of games. So that I loved Doom 3. But then after that, I was like, well, shit, because it was just when I got a video card. It was like a 6800, like one of the original AGP
Oh
cards.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I could finally play shit. And then I ended
yeah,
up
yeah.
getting Half-Life 2 after that. And I was like, well, it can't look better than Doom 3. And sure as shit,
Right.
it looked just as good, but way bigger environments. I was like, this is
Yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
nuts. And then, of course, it
It
had like
is.
real characters. So I was like, well, this is
Right.
even
Yeah, yeah.
crazier, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So you played the Doom 2016?
Oh, played. I was on the lead. I was first on the leaderboards for a while on that. Yep.
What? No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. On the
Damn,
arcade
dude.
mode on the last level.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Before
I actually
people
never
figured
got
out.
into that, but
Oh yeah, yeah. People started figuring out some pretty sketchy shit with it, but I was on there for about a
oh,
week or
really?
so. Yeah.
No shit, dude. I actually. What do you think about the music?
Oh, the music, awesome.
Yeah. All right. So like I wasn't gonna. Well, I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter now. But there was a thing. Mick Gordon, the dude who does the music,
Yeah.
he announced this vocal contest to do vocals on the game for Doom Eternal, the new one coming out.
Yeah.
And I sent him my tryout or whatever. And I was just thinking, like, dude, I fucking doubt it. Like, ain't no way. And dude emailed me back with the fucking lunch schedule and everything and asked me how much I want to get paid to do it. And
Oh wow.
yeah, I was shitting myself and I got ghosted. He never got back with me. And I'm like, dude, you sent me the lunch schedule, man. Like, goddamn. Like, I wanted to be on that bad, dude. It was pretty
Oh,
crushing.
you know how crazy that would
But
be? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, I just thought like if he's asking me like if he's telling me their schedule, I figured I was in, but I guess not. But
Damn.
yeah, and it wasn't far too. It was right there in Austin, Texas. So it's like I don't know, like a kind of a long drive, but I'm in Louisiana, so I could drive there in a day, you know.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a Debbie Downer. But
Yeah.
yeah, in terms of like single player stuff, I guess I was gonna see if you ever had PS3 if you did The Last of Us.
No, but I actually watched my friend play it,
Sure.
and because I never had a PS3, but I remember he brought his PS3 to my house, and I saw the the first mission of the game where like I want to say like I don't know the names, but the main character's daughter like gets killed, I think.
Yeah.
And he let me play through that, and I just remember like that shit was surreal. Like I really like it was the only reason I would get a PS3 was seeing that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I hear nothing but amazing things. Some people tell me that that's straight up the best game they've ever played. You know?
Yeah, that's if I have to say like for like the last decade for single player, that's probably yeah. If I had to select one, that would probably be the one. Other
Oh,
than
for
the
sure.
new Tomb Raider games.
Oh, dude, I fucking love that. You put me onto that too. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember you messaged me. You're like, dude, you got to play. What was the second one?
the Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Oh man, what a sick game, dude.
yeah, it
I
was
actually wasn't
unbelievable.
huge on Tomb Raider games when they were on like PS1. I never really played them, but
Sure.
when I got a PC, yeah, I was pretty blown away by those games. The second one, out of the reboots, the second one was fucking sick. I think was that Shadow or was that Rise?
Yeah, the second one's Rise. Yep.
Okay, yeah, Rise is my favorite,
Yeah,
hands
that's
down.
my favorite one. And the first
Yeah,
one's really well done, and it gets the story going. But then,
right, yeah, yeah.
like, cause I was lucky. I played the first one, and then I immediately played the second one after. And I was like, well, there's no way they can top like the scale of the first one.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah, because
sure
it
as
was
shit,
insane. Yeah,
yeah, sure as
yeah, dude.
shit, right away, I was like, oh my god, what am I in for?
Yeah,
It's
and you
fucking
told me.
nuts.
I remember you told me about the. You're like, yeah, just wait till you get to the witch level.
Oh yeah.
That dude, honestly, like, I felt like that whole section was almost like a fucking DLC. Like it was its own amazing part.
Well,
Like
it
that
was. Yeah,
was.
that was DLC.
Oh, was it? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
they
I think I
implement
got
it
the
so
game.
well. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, it's so good. Yeah, amazing
it's
game.
yep. So then
Very underrated.
the one after was really good too, actually.
Yeah,
But
I like that one. I just thought it was a little short. That was my only complaint with it but it was great, dude. I actually like. There's a lot of parts in that game where I was like, holy shit, dude. Like
yeah, it's pretty
graphics have
unreal.
really come this far.
Oh, the graphics on that, and I had just gotten a 1080 Ti to play it in 4K, and I had
Oh
just
hell
gotten like the
yeah,
70-inch TV, so I was just going all out
yeah,
on that. I
dude.
was like every little speck on the screen I was watching.
Fucking right. Hey, I gotta take a piss right quick, but I was gonna pull the Twitch up or
Yeah,
whatever. Is anybody even in there at the moment
there's
or?
only a few viewers. I'm not gonna lie to you. For some reason,
Oh, okay, cool.
it's because it's
Oh,
Friday night. I usually do it on
yeah, yeah,
Saturday and
yeah,
Sunday. So
yeah, yeah. If anybody was talking, I was gonna pull that up, let the ad run,
yeah, yeah. Go do
but
your
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I'll go do something real quick too. Just give us like a 2-minute break.
Gotcha. All right, man.
Yep.
What's up, man?
Mhm. I crashed, so it worked out pretty good.
Oh shit! Nice,
Yeah.
perfect.
Perfect timing. Yeah, so yeah, that game, yeah, the Tomb Raider games. But yeah, I was one of the I really liked the original ones on PlayStation.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
just kind of missed out on that, but
well,
yeah, I've heard
these ones are
nothing but good things.
so different. And then it took me a long I didn't play the first one till after the second one was long done. Like
Oh, really?
almost the third one was coming out. Yeah.
Damn,
I
damn.
was just super reluctant. I was like, whatever. And then,
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
course, the old man in me was like, all right, I'll try it. And then I was like,
Right, yeah.
shit.
Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely, that pretty much scratches all the ones that I would
Right.
say that I can remember. But
Yeah, there's. I mean, games these days, like they're really. I feel like they're changing, in terms of like actual difficulty. I feel like games are easier nowadays.
oh,
You know,
they're way
and
the fuck easier.
it's more about story now. You know what I mean? And it's a drag in one sense, but at the same time, I don't really remember stories being as good as they are these days. Uh,
Yes.
well, actually, no, I can't really say that because they're like, for example, like the old GTA games, they were hard as fuck. Like, some of the levels were infuriating, but the story was still good. Whereas the new GTA's, they kind of just hold your hand, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna go to this exact spot, whatever, do this, watch this movie, drive to this point. You know what I mean? But it's still good. I still like it. It's just different.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, so what's your job nowadays then for your income?
Basically, I'm a buyer in the food industry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, because I remember I was talking to you about it because I think you said you had like a produce company, huh?
Well, I had a vending machine business, and then
Yeah.
at the same time, I bought a produce delivery business where I just delivered to a bunch of exotic car dealerships and high end
Oh, I
clientele.
got you.
But then I ended up
Nice.
selling both of them off, so now I just run a cleaning business. So
Oh, nice. Awesome.
yeah, so
Yeah,
you're a
it's
buyer for just a big company that just ships worldwide, or what is that?
uh, it's basically like an offshore distributor. A lot of the work in Louisiana is like offshore, in the Gulf. But yeah, yeah, it's basically that. I just basically price shit out. I have to pay attention to the market, how certain things are changing. Um, it's about it. It's really not. It's nothing I'm like super passionate about, but it's a good living.
Did you go to school?
No, no.
Or-
I went to college, but I honestly dropped out. I definitely intend on going back for like computer science or something,
Yeah.
which is what I originally intended on doing. But uh, life gets chaotic. It gets busy. Things change.
Yeah, but you're not married with kids or anything, so you got
No, no, no.
time.
I'm definitely. I've been with my girlfriend for almost 3 years now, and
Oh shit.
definitely hope to have kids with her one day.
Yeah. Take your
Yep.
time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Take
you
your
got kids
time.
now?
No, I don't. But I thank
Oh,
God. I was like,
yeah,
dude, I'm
yeah,
so
yeah.
happy I waited. I was like, fuck
Right,
all that
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it's definitely a tall glass of water.
Yeah, who got
And
a fucking dog? That's enough.
yeah, yeah. I got a couple cats, yeah, but it's weird how people, that I grew up with have like multiple kids at this point. And it's just
Yeah.
crazy to think like Jesus, we are officially old. You know?
We are. We're officially we should be on life support soon.
Right?
It feels like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. I think that's pretty much. Oh, well, we gotta talk about the SSX records, because
Oh
you
yeah,
used to
yeah,
hold
yeah.
some records, right?
Yeah, which I don't think I hold any anymore. The last time I checked, a lot of them are beaten. I think I maybe have like a third place on something because I haven't played I haven't competed on that game since 2006. I
Yeah.
think was my last recorded records. But yeah, that game was a big part of why I even play games because I was just so young. And I feel like if I got in that game when I was older and I was a little bit smarter, I could have probably improved lines and stuff like that from you know anything I discovered at the time. But it wasn't like a massive community. But it's weird that people remember that because I barely remember it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So is it still around? The
I
community?
think it's pretty much dead. Like
Okay.
it. Yeah. It's there's like I think people Twitch stream like I think I saw like the last time I looked into it somebody was playing it on Twitch, but uh everything's pretty much like honestly like tool assisted speedruns killed that game in my opinion
Oh
because
yeah,
it's like once you see like a bot doing it and then you go like look at the comments and everybody's like, dude, you're insane. I'm just thinking like, well, nobody's ever going to beat that. So like people who don't know what a TAS is are just going to assume that that's as good as it's going to get. It is what it is. And then also there's a lot of things that were happening online, which I wish those leaderboards were still up because I would love to see where I actually stood because those are gone. Like those servers went down just like all our Tony Hawk servers.
yeah,
But like I remember the last day on that game was just like Pro Skater 4, man. It was really sad. It was like, damn.
yeah. I can imagine. Do you
Yeah.
think you played that more than Tony Hawk then?
Uh no, I don't think so because I by the time I got to Tony Hawk was a game that I can just come back to and just pick up right where I left off. Like it's been fucking years and I feel like I still remember, how to play this game and it could still be fun for me because there's no pressure to like do anything. But I picked up I mean, I guess the problem with SSX was the goal was to either like get a good time or get a good score or something and everything was so optimized that when you went away for a while and came back and looked at like your scores and shit, competing with yourself is like impossible like at that point because you don't have any motivation to really relearn the game and then improve beyond what you were, if that makes sense. I don't know. It was like a couple year thing for me, whereas Tony Hawk, I kept coming back to this game and even playing it on my own time, with no like real objective except to just kind of like relax, listen to music, have fun.
Yeah. So you think this is the game you played the most throughout the years?
Uh, I I think I'm pretty sure it is, but I was thinking though, like I just can't remember that far back, but because my timeline, whenever I look back at like when I was playing this game, it was really weird because I felt like I was playing it when I was older, but whenever I looked at the dates, I was like, "Fuck!" So my memory is like pretty blurry, but I want to say I probably played Team Fortress Classic more than any other game in my life because I played that for at least 3 years, and I definitely did not stop playing it. Like I played it nonstop until I found SSX, and then that's when I stopped playing. But I was very young, so I don't even know. Like I was I was a toddler.
Right.
But I remember playing that game for hours and hours and hours. You know, my grandparents kicking me off their fucking computer because they're like, all right, like your face is like red as fuck. Like you can't even make words because you're just like droning in front of that computer nonstop. Like my parents used to give me a lot of shit about playing that game way too much. So
Yeah.
but I think, honestly though, I think it's probably this one because I think our memories exaggerate things. So it's probably,
Yeah. Damn.
yeah, because there's so many iterations of it, and they were all like really good up until Project 8, which I was really excited for that game. I took off fucking school to pick that game up, and it just didn't do it. It was just too different. It was
Yeah. It's
floaty, you
very
know.
floaty, slow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
And American Wasteland had potential. Like there's like a lot of new tech that was, intentional that the devs added into the game, but it just, I don't know. I thought that the actual animations of the game were like almost they're like clunky. I don't know. It felt weird. It felt stiff. Like I didn't like the way that the tricks looked. It was the same tricks we were doing on these games, but like I feel like Thug 2 just had it perfect, and they lost it. Like it was all uphill until you know American Wasteland. But I do think that if the animations were better and maybe the spectator mode was a little better, because I remember it was like a little buggy. Like it was hard to, whenever you watch like clips of people that were being observed and captured, it was I don't know. I remember it was like super laggy, and it was hard to tell what people were actually doing. You know?
Yeah, yeah. On Thaw.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like the actual like spinning of their tricks and shit, it always looked delayed anyway. Like even if
yeah,
you knew the player wouldn't do that, like if it was a great player playing it, they still looked like they lacked in that. And I think that that took away from it. But you know, whenever you watch people like record their own shit, it was insane. Like there was a lot of like really good players that came that I remember coming up like around that time. Like I remember Tech, THO.
yeah,
I, I think he definitely still plays because I saw one of his videos. It was a New Orleans video, and actually it gave me a feeling I haven't felt in a long time. It was one of the best new videos I've seen. Um, but yeah, I remember like he was coming up around that time. He was one of the new faces that I was seeing around.
yep, yeah. He's definitely still around. He's a beast.
Yeah, it's insane how, like I said, all these people that I remember that are still around, they're just nothing short of absolutely insane.
Yeah,
I got mad respect for everybody that still even plays this game. But
got it. I think that pretty much covers everything.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think that nailed everything. Literally everything that I typed out to ask you.
right, yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to see if there's any Q&A for the 6 viewers. Usually
Yeah,
we get
yeah.
like 20 something, but
Oh
this
shit,
is
yeah.
just one
Like
of
I
those
said,
things.
I was thinking it's probably just because nobody remembers me. It's been too long.
No, it's weird to have it on a Friday night though. The
Yeah,
one
yeah.
with Morton I think was on Friday night last week, but it
Oh
was.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, he's a dev, so
Right. Yeah, I figured everybody would show up for that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I think it's just the fact that it's Friday, and usually I do them on Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, I gotcha.
Other than it being a dev, so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotcha.
But that means at least if anyone has any questions to ask, they'll get answered.
Yeah.
We won't have to worry about that. Any
Yeah.
questions? Yeah, I'm typing on a mechanical ones. Like it picks it up. It's
Right.
just crazy. I should get even those dampeners though. I've heard you can get the O-ring dampeners, but I've heard that even then
Yeah, yeah.
they're just they're still loud.
Right.
It's just
Yeah,
mechanical.
yeah,
Like, I don't think there's anything you're gonna do.
yeah. Yep.
Let's see if anything comes through. I don't know if we're gonna get any. And I think what a lot of people do is they open it and then they just minimize it and then they listen to it in the
Right.
background.
Just listen. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't usually watch it, which is why I upload them on MP3 anyways.
Right.
From the website. So what are you playing nowadays, anyways?
I play CS:GO.
That's the main
That's
thing.
like, yeah, mainly CS:GO. I did get the new Modern Warfare, which I think is like, it's probably one of the better Call of Duties. Oh, I see a couple questions.
Yeah, there's a couple coming up.
One of them's my friend. I guess he's listening. Yeah, that.
Oh.
Yeah, Dirty Church is a dude who plays guitar in my band.
Oh, okay.
I see Ghost says, "Would you ever make a video ever again?" Maybe. I actually I'm not gonna lie. I got the itch a couple years ago because my friend Dirty Church he he brought a controller. It was I think it was like a Nintendo controller, but it was USB, and he just wanted to see me play on it, and I kind of like got into it for a minute, but I was thinking about it. It's like my style is like a dead style. It's like I don't know. It's really aged like compared to what people are doing now, and I don't really feel the need to learn the new tech of the game. You know what I mean? So if I did make a video, it would only be for fun, and I don't know. It just really depends on how I'm feeling. I don't really. I've never been that creative when it comes to making videos and shit. But yeah, who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, I think the style you have, I think is just fine actually. I mean, people still like that old school.
Right.
As
yeah,
long as
yeah,
shit's spun well when you're throwing
Exactly,
in tricks
yeah.
and yeah, so I think you'd still be fine, throwing. But yeah, gets like a little bit better editing in there would be good.
Right. Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
cool song, like maybe use one of your songs.
Oh yeah. That's something I've considered. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
fuck
Especially
yeah.
because I didn't realize people were listening to like heavy shit on this game
Oh,
until.
they're really heavy
And then
shit.
whenever you sent me that video, I was like, when I heard the Acacia Strain for the second song of Smooth Moves 2, I was like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I was pretty fucking stoked. Like,
I never heard of that, and Yeah, that's such a good song to have to have like a video open to. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I got some goosebumps with that. I was like, fucking right, dude.
Yeah, I never even heard of him until one of the people. Well, they started editing that part of the video, and I was like, "Fuck!"
Yeah,
This song just kicks you right in the balls.
yeah, yeah,
It's
dude.
awesome. So that answers the video. What do you look for in an improv video that gives you that feeling? Like you said with Tech's new video.
um, it's weird because I think that the one of the things that like before I was even like familiar with the game and like all the tech and shit, um, the music and the style approach of like how the editing and everything used to really get me, and it was pretty crazy to me seeing that tech video because it gave me that. It's hard to explain. It's like a nostalgic feeling, and it's also like the music that was with it too. Gunship, which I actually like. I started listening because of that video. It gave me this weird like nostalgia and almost like I like almost. It's hard to explain. It was really emotional, if that makes sense. Like seeing like an old player still playing the game, almost as if he loves the game so much that he's never going to stop, and you know, it's hard to explain. I don't really know exactly what I meant by that, but it just gave me a weird nostalgic like feeling.
He's got this one. I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's text. I should look though. Let me double check. Otherwise, I'm going to be a complete moron. I think it's called Nocturnal.
Nocturnal. When did that come out?
Let me just make sure. It came up pretty recently, probably within like the last, well, for sure within like the last 6 months. Someone on the Twitch chat would know. I should just ask it right there.
Okay, so it's pretty new. I don't think I've
Yeah.
seen it if it's pretty new.
Well, the song is fucking badass, and it just gives you those vibes. But
Right.
there's a couple other videos, man. There's since you've been gone, like there's the Jehu video.
Oh yeah, I remember them. They were around back in the day, like
Yeah.
way back.
They made one that used the Tool Third Eye song and something else, and that was fucking
nice.
sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a player called Red Bull. He made a video that also has Dragon in it at the end. But
Oh,
it just
nice,
basically
nice.
the idea of his video is it just progresses over time. So like but it's like one long song. I think it's like one long song, it might be two, but however it is, the song progresses, but as does the improv. And Red Bull's really good at like going fast, just like Tony Hawk 4 style.
Oh, really?
But like
Nice,
in this
nice.
game, in like his own
Yeah, I gotta
weird
check
way.
them out. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another one. Like if you want like vibes type of videos,
Yeah.
Tech Grand's got some really good stuff that's got like really good
Really?
vibes.
I honestly didn't know that Grant had. I saw he had like tutorials at the time when I met him. I didn't know he had any videos out there.
Yeah,
I
he's
need to
got
check
some
them out.
videos. There's a couple that he used with the band Ghosts from like it's like
Oh
a
yeah,
Canadian
yeah,
band.
yeah.
Yeah. So he's got some really cool stuff. It's just there's actually quite a few good vibey videos.
Right. Yeah. I remember like there was like I remember like the TLTVs back in the day. It was I want to say it was TLTV2. I think it started with KSK on Hawaii, like doing like a big jump, and it had like it almost sounded like Zelda music or something. Like it was pretty sick, but yeah, like that shit, man, that shit used to get me like you wouldn't believe. Like I miss those days. And then later, whenever I saw that, I think it was TLTV3 that Alec was in TLT2. I was just like, I don't know, that was really cool. I remember at the time thinking that he had gotten to that point because he'd always been a great player. And I remember you were in TLT after I left the game. And so when I came back, I was like, one of the boys made it, because they were always like, the one of the most legendary clans that have ever been on this game.
Yeah, and they're still really, they're basically, they're up there. Yeah, if they're not the best, they're there, It's like, and it's hard to even pick a best at this point in time. There's so many good players, and like a lot of players have like their own niche things too, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So you can't even really pick like a best clan. So
I thought it was interesting how Flow like was like a popular clan whenever Thug Pro came out. Like, because I remember Flow from a long time ago, and I knew most of them played on PC. So I'm not entirely sure if there was like a few people that still like stayed around, and then it made like a resurgence. But I never would have thought that like that would be a clan that I saw come back. But that was really fucking cool.
Yeah, Flow is really cool. EX is going strong too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, EX has been around for quite some time.
Jesus.
Yeah, what else is there?
So THO pretty much it like that kind of faded out whenever Nacho left, huh?
Yeah, I had thought about, doing something like THO Resurgence and making like a THO TV6 because I'm getting that style of editing down really good. But it just it wouldn't.
The style was great.
Yeah, it just wouldn't. I don't know. It wouldn't be right for one, and for two, it's like, well, I don't even want to be a part of a clan right now. So I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, I got you.
It's a lot of work. I'm all right.
So who do you think's like the? I mean, I'm sure everybody's like really good in their own way, but who would you think is like the new, like top clan at the moment?
Oh, dude, it's like I say, it's impossible. Like any clan that's active right now is gonna have players that are just fucking like they're so beyond where I'm at, dude. It doesn't even like I'm good at my own things. Like I can get creative in some ways, but
yeah, I saw your new Pro Skater 4 video. Are you playing like on PC now?
Emulator, yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I noticed it was a little different looking, but I saw a clip where you were doing what was it, FS 540s on Zoo, like on the 3 benches, dude. Oh my god, man, that shit. Yeah. It's insane. It's still crazy that you still find shit on that game, man. It blows my mind.
Yeah, it's getting hard though.
Yeah,
it's definitely hard.
Really, like that game's been tapped out, or at least it feels like it's been tapped out for so long. But I mean, you never really know.
Yeah,
like, there could be things that are hidden in plain sight,
Now it's like, like with that video, there was no save states, that one that you're talking about. But like, there's transfers where I use save states that open up a whole new ball game for creativity.
Right.
But then they're just not quite legit. So you're just watching it mainly just for the imagination coming to life. Yeah, that's pretty much where, like, if I do new stuff, it'll have to be save states. Because everything else that's legit, I'm to the point that I'm like, I don't know. I just don't foresee there being much left. So
does Freddie still play?
He doesn't, like, on and off. I think he plays, but you won't see him too often. Yeah, he plays on here, and I think every once in a while they're part of that THPSX little community that they got. So they hop on. Oh, nice. They hop on and do a Tony Hawk 4. I think every once in a while.
Yeah, I remember like way back in the day, it was the Line Tub, like the. I feel like when that website out, the game was like most active,
Yeah, for sure. That and TH Live, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's just I think Fun wants to make like forums and stuff again, which would be cool.
Oh, the dude who just joined, I remember him.
Yeah, it's Aaron.
Well, I remember from the last time I was playing Thug Pro. Actually, he was fucking really good.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. Yeah, he's definitely he's crazy good.
Yeah, I actually saw his fucking his video recently when I was looking into it. I think he's got like a skeleton dude, right?
Yeah.
Skeleton cast? Yeah, I saw his video the other. Fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
This game, like, so what was I don't know if he's listening, but was he like an older player that I just don't remember, or did he come?
I think he's been around for quite some time.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
he's not new for sure. Yeah, he's been around for a while. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, to answer the question, like in terms of like best clans right now, I mean, it's pretty much all of the active clans just have their own thing going, which is fucking sweet. I just wish that they made like, Flow hasn't made team video. EX kind of made some, but not too many. Like not many team videos. That's why like we started the SMG was to try to get those team video things going, and we kind of got it. I mean,
yeah.
We just wanted to get it more active.
Does Buck still play a good bit, or
not too often? No.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, because I saw he was on the first SMG, I think, and not the second one. But I guess it was just because he hasn't been playing.
He was never in the clan videos.
Oh, he was? Oh, no, okay.
He wasn't a part of
them. I must be mistaken. My bad.
Yeah, but yeah, he plays every once in a while.
Yeah, I saw that. He told me about. I remember a while ago. He told me about Vega, and I watched some of his videos, and he's fucking crazy good. He's
Yeah.
another one that like. I'm pretty sure he's new though, right?
Vega is newer. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not as old as, as we are in terms of being
Right.
around.
Yeah.
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 Probably like 5 years, maybe
Yeah.
4
No
years,
shit.
something like this. I asked him too because I had him on the podcast. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
It's only been like a few years.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I need to
Yeah.
listen to that one.
Yeah, he caught on really quick.
Yeah.
So, but you know, you're going to catch on quick when you're friends with Buck and playing with him all the time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he. It's crazy. I just remember like you know, such a long time ago. He had one of the last things I remember was when he did the on London when he landed on the fucking statue.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. I remember he messaged me about that. He's like, dude, I need you to come like record me. Like, I'm gonna land on the head, and I'm like, you're just fucking with me, man. Like, come on. Like, and because I had no idea how he would, you know what I mean? But I think there was like it was the set custom restart thing where you fucking boost plan into it, and I didn't even know about that at the time. That was like a new thing for me. So when he
Yep.
said he was gonna do that, it fucking blew my mind. But I remember that was one of the more notable things that he did before I was leaving.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of really cool shit throughout the years, and even now, there's still some stuff that people do that's just like, Jesus Christ, like, it just will blow your mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of catching up. I'll send you some more videos, because...
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like I said, I'm probably going to linger around, play this shit a little more.
Yeah,
actually,
hop on more often.
What's this Discord? You said you invited me to it?
I'll send you... I think I could send you an invite directly, but I don't know.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Let's see if I can. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I'll have to ask. I forget how to do it every fucking time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a lot of people that I used to play with, like I just assume that they're gone, and like I said, a lot of it had to do with the fact that I stopped getting on MSN Messenger back in the day, because I remember that was more of like a just Tony Hawk thing for me, because I remember like for SSX we all used AIM, and for some reason, whatever reason, I feel like a lot of Tony Hawk people were on that. Like Buck for sure was, and yeah, Nacho as well.
Yeah, Nacho was. Yeah, he wouldn't do AIM too much. Like sometimes he'd be on AIM or he'd be on MSN, but he wouldn't be on AIM. Like he's always on MSN, but never really on AIM except for like sometimes. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
so that's why I had to end up getting it, to talk to all the UK players.
Right. Yeah. I feel like I'm thinking the way I remember it. I remember like all the PC players were more European, like back in the day. But yeah, it was it's good times. I wouldn't trade it for the world, honestly. But I just kind of wish that I kept in touch, you know.
Yeah, I get damn, like I get a lot of times I'm thinking of these people that I wished I got in contact with again, or saw what they were up to. But some of them have come back, like you and obviously Buck. Yep. There was a guy named Popcorn that I used to play with quite a bit. Yeah, he's one of the very first people I played. Well, then the original guy that that recorded my Tony Hawk 4 videos, the very first couple.
Yeah.
I'm in contact with him again. So, yeah, I don't know. Go to Oz so people will see your back.
See my back? Wait, what?
I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm not even
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Who are you?
This guy doesn't know who you're. I thought he would know who you are.
Fucking super old.
Oh,
yeah, like I said, I seen his new videos, but I didn't know if he was like somebody from back in the day that I just didn't know, or.
Yeah.
It's been 15 years.
15 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Fuck, man.
It's even been longer than that for me. Because I played before you. Yeah.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Fuck. That's unreal, man.
Yep.
But,
shit, man.
Well, I don't think anything else is going to come out in terms of questions. So
it's pretty much, we pretty much talked about everything at this point. I feel I feel like all the nostalgia came back, and
Yeah, all this nostalgia came back, and you can take off the spray paint can you got there in your board.
dude, I have how if you can tell me.
It's weird. Why is it on there?
I wasn't sure if this was just like a common glitch, but like yeah, I had this game 3 years ago, and when I came back, I was like, what the fuck?
That's weird. I don't know. Huh. All right. Well, we'll try fixing that. But yeah, dude, thanks again for doing this. I know when it's,
absolutely, man.
When this is archived, there's gonna be plenty of people that are like, "Oh, GMI, fuck yeah!" They're gonna listen to it. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, cool. I will. Man. Yeah, I'll leave it at that, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Hopefully, it's gonna be next week. I just don't know exactly which day and what time because I'm hoping it's gonna be Bombs. So, and I kind of want to work with his time. So, but.